Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt recently made headlines by becoming one of the highest profile Americans to become a second citizen from a citizenship by investment country. In his case, he and his family were among the last applicants approved through the Cyprus Citizenship by Investment program that was recently closed down. Now, I'm going to give you my advice of what I would have told Mr. Schmidt had he asked me. Hi, I'm Andrew Henderson, and here at Nomad Capitalist, we've spent years, built a team of 30 people, and built a network all around the world of great experts to help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs legally go where they're treated best. You can learn more at nomadcapitalist.com. And over the years here, we have worked not only with 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs, but a number of 9- and occasionally even 10-figure entrepreneurs, of which Eric Schmidt would fit the bill. I think he's actually an 11-figure entrepreneur. While I didn't work with him, I don't know all the facts other than that which I publicly read surrounding his case. I do want to give my feedback on what appears to be he and his family's receiving citizenship in Cyprus. And so, just a little backstory. We talked not so long ago about how Cyprus has suspended, basically canceled its citizenship by investment program that allowed you to invest 2 million euros in real estate, made you make a donation to the country. It was a 7-figure program, and you got your citizenship in a matter of months. Now, what does this do for someone like Mr. Schmidt? It gives you options. It gives you the ability to travel to Europe because Cyprus is part of the European Union. It gives you the option to potentially do more business there. And there's been speculation that he wants to do more business in the European Union. Is that true? I don't know. But certainly being an EU citizen might make that a little bit easier in some cases. Certainly it gives him the option of going there because his citizenship, U.S. citizenship, has really fared very poorly in the year 2020 due to all the pandemic restrictions. The U.S. has really been an underperformer in terms of visa-free travel because of all the coronavirus cases in the U.S. And so he and his family received their citizenship. And we know that because Cyprus, much like the U.S. government publishes a list of people who renounce their citizenship, Cyprus publishes a list of people who get citizenship. Belief that it is their concession to the European Union to offer a sort of transparency, to sort of name and shame people who become citizens so everybody knows what's happening, and to perhaps prevent the kind of corruption that ultimately brought the program down to its end. Now, my advice, having worked with people at the level of Eric Schmidt, or a little bit below perhaps, is that while Cyprus is a great option, it gives you access to the European Union, I certainly think that someone with his level of wealth, I believe the 119th wealthiest person in the world as I sit here recording this, could have gone and could have negotiated a deal legally, constitutionally, with a given country. And I've seen this. I've had people get phone calls saying, hey, we'd like to make you a citizen of our country. And so when you are a billionaire, I believe you can go to other countries in the European Union and you can say, you know what, I'm starting a new business in the green energy space, and I'm going to hire 25 people, and I'm going to invest 5 million euros. And you can work with relevant people in the government who like that and who will help you start your business and who will, push that up to the top in a country where perhaps the prime minister or the legislature or whomever can naturalize citizens. And so we've seen stories of that where people who commit heroic acts, saving a baby falling from a building, people who can win Olympic medals for a country might be naturalized by a country in the Middle East. Or recently a Kosovar footballer was naturalized in Malaysia. They wanted to play for their teams. And I think in the same way, there are plenty of countries that would like a person with the CV, with the resume of an Eric Schmidt to come to their country. It would be a great boon. And I think that you have small countries like Cyprus in the European Union that you could go and say, hey, listen, here are my plans. I'm going to run this business, or I'm going to do this. And if I'm a small country, if I am Slovakia, for example, just off the top of my head, if I'm Latvia or Lithuania, something like that, I'm looking for someone like Eric Schmidt to come to my country. I mean, look at the buzz that Estonia got before e-residence, before their corporate tax plan, before all of that, look at the buzz they got from being the place where Skype was founded. And look at what that did to their startup ecosystem. And now they've become this great brand name where they've been able to roll out other options. People have gobbled it up. I don't think Estonia is a panacea. I think some people go there just because of the brand name. But they've done a great job because that one company, and perhaps a couple others, started off and they put the place on the map. And you've got countries in Europe that are small that would like to do the same and I think could take advantage. Different countries in Europe have different objectives. Again, some are focused on job creation because they have higher unemployment. Countries like Greece, for example, that might be a more difficult one, but you've got other countries that want to be leaders in green energy. You've got other countries that want big startups. I think that if you're at that level of an Eric Schmidt or an Elon Musk or even lower, you could go and you could talk to the relevant people, and there are firms that do this where you could make some progress and get a passport. Now, it's not going to be as streamlined. It's not going to be as perhaps quote unquote guaranteed. I mean, certainly Eric Schmidt has a clean record. He's an American. There's not a lot of suspicions around U.S. citizens and these kind of citizenship by investment programs. So he's a clean guy. If he goes to any country with their citizenship by investment program, he's not going to have a problem, I would imagine. But nothing wrong with Cyprus. Certainly people know that Cyprus is a citizenship that people obtain through investment. And I just think that potentially there's an opportunity. Maybe he already has, and we don't know about it. But the opportunity to do something like what Peter Thiel was reported to do, where went down to New Zealand and whatever the discussion was made a citizen of New Zealand because they felt it was in their economic interest. And so for these types of folks, even folks who have 9 figures to invest or even 8 figures, 8-figure net worths, there's a possibility of going and saying, here's what I can bring to your country. Let me bring my image, perhaps my celebrity in the case of an Eric Schmidt, my investment, my knowledge. Let me help get some publicity for your country, and perhaps that jumpstarts a lot of things. So many countries want to make themselves the next Silicon Valley. So many countries want to make themselves the leader in something, whether it's green energy or whatever else, in pharmaceuticals, in AI, whatever. And if you are at a high level, I think you've got a lot of power and you don't have to go off the shelf. That would be my advice to Eric Schmidt, having never talked to the guy, having not been involved, not knowing things that aren't publicly available. And so I give you that caveat, but that would be my advice. How can Nomad Capitalist help you? 4 ways. Number 1, subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell to make sure you get our new video every day. Number 2, get a copy of Nomad Capitalist, the book. You'll learn a lot of my personal experiences over a dozen years of studying this stuff, as well as exactly some of the strategies that you can use to build your Nomad Capitalist plan. Number 3, if you're not sure where to start, but you want to come and learn from my team and I, you want to come and mingle with like-minded people, learn more about our live conference, Nomad Capitalist Live. It's coming up soon. And number 4, if you want some help right now because you've got a burning issue, you need something solved, you want to lower your taxes, get a second passport, or build the Nomad Capitalist lifestyle of your dreams, go to nomadcapitalist.com and click on Become a Client.